Now,
Oh, you're live.
live. You good? What do you need?
You use Dave after this?
Yes.
You want me to say?
It's up to you. 9 seconds in. No, you're okay. Give it a few minutes. Then you can go. Ask Jesse how long he's gonna stay. I'll be right with you guys. Ask Jesse how long he's gonna stay. And then you're. Like I said, I'm gonna check on him. Then I'm gonna play for a little while. I make a list for tomorrow. Cool. I love you.
Over here.
All right. Welcome. Don't see anybody in here with us yet, but uh, let's see. What are we on? Day 3, 4, something like that this week. We've got car show tomorrow. Little cruise in, hang out. New Year's Eve. So that's where we're at. Let's. It's all those little preparations going into the day before the big day. Well, it sounds like somebody just pulled up with some exhaust out there. I have no idea who that is. This should be interesting. Anyhow, hello to whoever just clicked on and viewed. Sorry about that. It's the day before the holiday, and even a few minutes before I came in here, I'm trying to set things up, trying to check outside, still trying to get last minute preparations. Anybody want a dog? Like, I love this dog, but I seriously would let somebody have her. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to auction her off. She's kind of cute, but she's loyal and she's very, very sweet. But yeah, I don't know who pulled up outside. Somebody's got some nice exhaust. Um, let's see. New Year's Eve. So what are we doing today? I don't know what everybody else is doing, but again, I'm trying to make preparations, trying to get the last of my things in order, taking a look at my books for the end of the year, trying to figure out what I did right this year, what I immediately want to do right for next year, and the things that I did wrong and the way that I'd like to correct them as the new year rolls in. So there's a lot more that happens. And I know I tell people it's all the time, say, listen, you should, if you want to get close to Jesus, start a business. And I'm not particularly joking about that so much. Um, is that if you're somebody who's, you've had a hard time in believing or whatever, and you want to really deepen your faith, I suggest you to take a leap of faith and separate yourself from everybody else. That's a good place. And it's not for everybody. It is, though, for those who know that your life is called to something more, because when you're self-employed, it's not just about the family time that I realize I get. I get a lot of time with, my community. I get a lot of time with people from my church. I get a lot of time with, uh, the community of believers that I'm in. Also, with outside of that, I'm free to travel. This last year, we had several horrible things that came through Texas and pretty much everywhere else in the United States. Not like we went any further past just a bunch of idiots fighting over who's getting the cold or not, or who's getting a super cold, or how bad that super cold is. And we can run into, as far I can go with this all day long, what my thoughts and feelings are on it. Albeit it's not what happened is what mattered most. It's what we were able to do with it. So, thank you, my good sir. That bike is gone. Awesome. All right, so sold. We started doing a yard sale here at the shop. Tomorrow, if you're watching this and you get to see it, if you come cash in hand and with the trailer, and we can discuss terms and negotiations of prices for things that you might like, we can rehome that stuff to you, and it can start the new year off with you as being a mighty fine project. And I think that here at the shop might be something very cool for this first year, because I'm literally going to take shoe polish and write on everybody's, like, if you haven't been out to the shop, um, if you're interested in it, let me know. Even if it's you don't think I'm going to be here and you want to get a time to come by, I'll get you in the schedule if you really want to see the place. However, after 8 months of having the shop, walking through every pile of crap that I possibly could not step in this year, it's a lot of what I've learned. I'm not so upset with. I think a lot of times people go into the New Year's Eve and they're thinking about, oh my gosh, what am I going to drink off my mind tomorrow? What's going to be for this? What's going to be, what do I want to forget? Or, what could you get yourself into that you would like to forget on New Year's Eve? Um, and for me, it's just a couple of days of doing the same thing I do every day. I try not to let the holidays be so important. I mean, other than buying gifts, but I mean, if you got to work, you got to work. You'll spend time with your family when you know that there's spent time to spend time with your family, time with your friends. But you know, work while it's day. Get your work in. I like what I do. It's good. It's good work. It's fun. It pushes me. It pushes all the limits of who I feel like I am as a person. Um, it's very challenging. It's a very challenging thing to go through because I wasn't raised. I didn't know what business. I had no idea what a business was. I mean, I had an idea. Stuff comes in, stuff goes out. Somebody buys something, they buy it from somebody else. They mark it up. They put it on a shelf. It's free market enterprise. I guess was in a nutshell. That's what I thought it was. Um, Also old enough to remember when Walmart was a new hot thing, and it wasn't such a drag when they put one up in your neighborhood. 25, 30 years ago when Walmart popped up, it was like, oh wow. Um, we had something great, and now we go to Walmart and realize it's not so great. But it's a lot about because the business and personality. Um, I think over the years there, we can all agree that most major chains and businesses have they got a pretty crappy way of treating their employees and people. Shame to have so many people working on the workforce, still fighting for insurance all the while. I'm gonna whoop a dog. No, that is enough. You, give me a second, Caney. I wish you guys could see this. Would you stop wagging her down, down there, down there, down there? Sit. No more. Anyhow, most companies have lost the sight of taking care of their people, their employees. We can kind of all agree to that. And I think it cycles down from there into the homes, families, churches, and so forth. So, I mean, overall, I like what I do because it's personal, it's interactive. Um, and you don't just get lost in the crowd and being a number. Like it's something that matters. You can go to the store 100 times, go to the same store, but who cares what you bought? Unless it's something special that you're looking for. And it's like a collector store, I guess. But to walk into the shop and us have the opportunity to have interaction with people one-on-one who are buying product. Most customers end up being clients. Over the course of the time that we build the vehicle with them. They get a lot of interaction from me when they need it. And I'm always free if they need to talk to me. I make sure we try to keep a pretty open line with everybody. And I'm thankful for it. I'm really thankful for what we have this year. And to be fair with myself, some days I have to remember that this place is only, we've only been in here for 8 months. And we've overcome some of the largest hurdles that most people would never. You're going to have to give me a second. Go outside. Go get whoever you're mad at right now. Go get them. Go on. Go outside and go fight whoever you're at. Go on. Go tell them. Go I do apologize for that. So we get a person who pops on, we get somebody pops on, somebody pops off, somebody pops on, somebody pops off. We're on, off, on, off. If you get on, you see it for a minute, just say hi. It is an interactive thing. I don't mind standing up here by myself over and over again. At least nobody's throwing tomatoes at me, I guess. Anyhow, so going into next year, there'll be we're going to have a few policy changes. We're going to do some things differently. We've got some people exiting the shop and we have some people coming into the shop. In the meantime, what most people can't see here, or if you've been here, you do know, is that we are videoing everything and I've been documenting a lot and trying to learn how to put together some things on my own. So that I can have something outside this where I'm not talking just to people, but I can actually show you what I've been up to every day. Tomorrow, the shop will be open for everybody. You'll be able to come through, take a look at the place, see what we do. Um, if you have questions, if you interested in having something done for yourself, that'd be cool too. If you got something really cool that you built, you want to drive by and just say hi with, that'd be cool too. One of the things that we wanted I definitely wanted as a business and as a shop is I wanted to be where I'm at. I've had a really hard time lately with just running the bigger shop with just everything, and I think I've learned that it comes in waves. Everything kind of just goes up and down. As long as you're just sometimes it's you're good out there just to sit and enjoy it. Don't worry so much about it. Because it's when you know that the big waves coming and you get to surf it, and then you're gonna have to take some time in between those. They don't just come all the time. And I guess that's just like the problems in life. They're equally could be viewed the same way. Somebody's gonna look at the wave like it's a negative. Somebody's gonna look at it like it's a positive. I'd say start trying to change the way you look at stuff. Speak positive about it. Talk positive about it. And I say all this stuff because like I'm saying it to myself. Like it's not really, you don't have to listen to what I say. That's good. It's very therapeutic to talk it through with somebody else, even if nobody else is listening now. It's nice to know somebody else will be listening later. However, I watch people sit for hours on end. What seemingly, I guess, should be, and maybe I'm making an over assumption about it, but anytime I log on to my Instagram, Facebook, the I don't know, what's TikTok, man, I'm sounding like I'm worse than Joe Biden tonight. Any of those places, there's always somebody going live, just trying to strive to get someone else to pay attention to them, so that they can have interaction with others, and I guess to become famous or have more followers or whatnot. I'm not taking that approach with this. I'm really hoping that even if this is just meant for one person, and that's the only person it ever helps, it's worth it. I have a life much greater outside this screen that I don't really get to share with everybody. I still just am amazed that in 365 days, excuse me, my life it's not so bad. It's actually pretty good. I don't want to compare myself, but it's hard not to some days, and there really is a large group of people out there who don't have it as well as I do. There's also a large group of people out there who don't have it as well because they're just really are truly lazy people and they don't want to do nothing. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. But for myself, I look at myself every day and realize I'm not where I want to be. I got to pick myself up. I've got to work harder. No matter if you're stressed out, it don't matter if it's parts aren't here, customer ain't paid, we're behind on a build, waiting for a material shipment running out. Like today, we ran out of welding gas. I'm glad I did it today. I already know I'm going to weld through the weekend. Like everybody's going to celebrate and do what they do on the first. I'll be right here in my shop living my life. Like it's just another day of the year. I'm doing my stuff with people tomorrow. I know I'm going to be at church on Sunday. I really don't have time to stop and sit down and go party it off. And at the same time, I don't spend my life anymore in such a way that I'm not capable of waking up the next day and going to work. That was a big change for this year. And years before that, I'd have times where I'd end up a little too drunk and couldn't go to work, too hungover. Getting away from just that lifestyle over the past year that's been a lot. That was a big one. The past 3 to 6 months, past 6 months, I say, of my life, learning to wake up earlier. That was a big one. Learning to wake up earlier, and even if it was just a 2-hour change, like that's all I really did. But that 2 extra hours a day uh, seemed to add a lot of happiness to my life. I know coming up and whenever starting our new schedule, it gets a little more difficult for me, but I'm starting to get back to where I was, 20 years ago, where I knew what my life schedule was going to be. It's on a schedule. I kind of modeling my life around what it was when I was at the steel mill, like learning and learning to limit myself while I'm working is one of the things to work on this year. Like I said, this thing's gonna be a whole 365 dialogue thing. I'll probably look back at it at some point and think I feel stupid, or maybe I'll get a little better at it. But I've seen other people try it. I just want to see how it feels. So, um, but yeah, getting on a diet, living on a different life schedule, just forcing myself to get outside my comfort zone until I'm outside it for so long that it's a comfortable spot again. And I say that in a positive way because it's like when we go to the gym and work out, man, we would just pound ourselves with the weights, and like I didn't always do the nutrition right, but I still grew. I still got big. I still got strong. Um, and I can tell no matter what you take, if you don't put the work in, you ain't getting strong. You might think you strong, but you ain't strong. Strong. I wasn't one of those people who just went for one or two reps. I wanted to say like I was a person who had to do everything for multiple reps. I wanted to make sure that I was happy first and foremost with what my strength was. Um, for me, um, I liked knowing that I was strong. I liked knowing that I was different than everybody else. But it took a lot of work. It took a lot of dedication. Same thing with the business. It's taking a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and I don't always get this right. I don't always get it correct. Um, I make some mistakes. I'm learning as I go. Um, I still couldn't imagine, like I said, the fact that I get to live this life is just crazy enough in itself. Uh, I looked yesterday, junkyard, lost my keys while we're walking around the junkyard. I don't realize it. It's a minute before I realize I forgot my keys, where I left them. And to be able to walk outside, take a breath, and hear this one go, I'm going back to the white van. I'm like, not the snap on van. um, and he says, no, they're not in there, Dad. So I walked my butt all the way back down there, climbed in, start tearing things apart. Finally realized I looked down, it's man not here, and I looked up, and there was my medallion just shining at me, and I was like, "Thank you, God." Yeah, even in the smallest of things like that could have gone really, really bad for me. Um, and at the same time, I realized that I probably should wear a belt because my pants are starting to fall off. So uh, I don't want to look all loose skinned and saggy next summer. Um, I can't believe we're 4 months away from having 1 year in the shop. That's pretty awesome. Uh, it's so much happened. We're poised in position for so much more. It has been a huge learning curve, and like I was talking about the other day on here. I'm not. I mean, I've been in places before where it was hard. I've been where it's very difficult. I've seen God show up in the impossible moments, and there are times I can promise you where even I get knocked off my feet because I don't know if God's going to. I mean, I doubt very heavily for a few minutes, and somewhere in the strangest of all ways, I've never seen God fail. And I say that because it's the moment in times where this it's not something I would have even expected. And that's where the greatest help comes from. And I'm very grateful that uh, that I've got people in my life who they love me for who I am. When we moved into the shop, my buddy Post, I know if you guys have seen him on the show, not seen him, he pops in every now and then. But when we moved, nobody else showed up. Like we were short people this year, and it was the one person that I liked him and I hope that he's going to stick around and be a good friend someday. But this kid just showed up and helped us get everything done. So I think that's where I want to end this at today. I got about 9 minutes or so left. I think going into New Year's Eve, probably what matters most currently at this second to talk about is I'd like to be next year a little more like my friend is. One of the things I like about him, and he does back, is like I said, he shows up. He shows up. He's there for me. He had trouble with his truck. I had him bring it into the shop, and I knew money, like everything, is always a problem for young people. Doesn't matter how much they got. I don't care how much money you got. Let me be fair with that. Screw that. All people, no matter how much money you have, it's never going to be enough for you mentally. Ever. You're just never going to have enough. It's something that's inside you that you're always going to want more. And you're never going to think you have enough when those moments in life come along. When your truck breaks down, you end up having a kid. Life just happens. You get people. I mean, I hate to say it, but even when divorce happens, somebody said, "Charles, I just posted something for you." I don't know who that is, but thank you. In those moments where I've needed a friend that can show up like that the same way I've shown up, he's definitely one of those people in my life. And I hope that each of us can find somebody new this year to be that person for. Show up in their life when they least expect it. Find one person and bless them. Bless them with something that's more than money. Bless them with something that's more than just an ear to be listening, or a ride to go somewhere. Bless somebody this year with being there for them. And maybe it's something you have to do every day, but we all know somebody who's struggling. Go find one of those struggling people and be their friend. Don't talk about it. Go do it. Go find somebody who needs help. Don't tell anybody about it. Just help them. Show up for them, and don't ask for nothing in return. Go bless somebody, because there's going to come a day where you're going to need somebody to bless you. And if you haven't put nothing into the blessings pot, seem kind of difficult to say that you're sharing the same efforts as everybody else is. Just there's so much more I wish I could do for other people. There's so much more that I know one day is going to happen. It's learning and being taught how to manage where I'm at now, so that I can help others, and it's something that I've loved very much. Mom, she says, Mom says, I posted this for you. I got a feeling. I'll play that tonight. That's one of the things I've been doing lately. I have been playing my guitar. Let me get off that. Go bless somebody. Go be good. Listen, New Year's Eve. You still have time to think about it. Maybe hearing about this later. Go be good to somebody else without asking for anything. Go bless somebody. Make it a habit. Make it a habit of putting somebody else before you. Whether it's opening the door when people are walking by. I don't care if it's just something. Ordering food. To find some new way to humble yourself every day. Find one thing and just work on that. And once you've done that for, 1 day, 2 days, a week, make it a month, write it down. Find something else. Stop. Do that for yourself. Like, be able to look at yourself and know what you've done. Like, go put some work in. Doesn't mean that it's always going to be rewarding, but I promise you, if you find yourself in a position to where you just are selfless towards others, as far as when they need things. And like I said, you don't have to be that way with everybody. Just pick one person, find one person to bless if you're in a position to do so. And just see where that takes you. Like give that to God, and I mean, for lack of better words, go be Jesus to somebody else. Somebody out there needs a friend, a jogging buddy, a Bible study partner, an ear to listen. Invite somebody to one of the groups. Get them, ask them to come to the Freedom Group. Ask them to come to, one of the, I guess one of the many other ones. I mean, I know about the one, the Chosen one. I mean, that one was really cool. Kind of awkward for me last year, but it's still really cool. But I learned so much. Like, all these things are things that happened for me this year that I'm like, I wish everybody could experience this just for 1 year. Just take 1 year and say, God, I'm gonna let you drive it. And it's crazy how far things have come in a year. I just cannot sometimes believe the way it is. But who else would think that a year later I have a shop that my dad's name is painted on the floor? Albeit it might be somebody else's shop before we got here. His name is Steve. My father's name is Steve. My dad was the car guy, Cadillac salesman, or service manager, whatever. If it had something to do with cars, Dad had you covered. But to have that name painted on the floor when I walked in the shop, I knew they took the names down outside. But to have the floor of my shop blessed like that, in such a way that somebody else had done it, and when I heard about it, it's like, well, it's kind of being a jerk about it for whatever. And I was like, you don't get it. It's my dad's name. It's all he ever wanted. Like, I felt like I walked into my father's shop, and I got no idea what I'm doing in it. I have an idea of what I'd like to do in it, and that's what we do. At the same time, if my father was here, he'd probably be running the business a little better than I do. He'd probably be a little more stern than I am. But I'm fairly certain that he'd be more worried about how he takes care of people, how he serves Jesus through his business. And that's not like that with every customer. With every customer, I get the choice to say, yeah, I probably knew better, or sometimes it's just things that you can't fix because we're human. But that's just the one. And the odd thing is that as people come in, it's the other 99 who didn't realize they're the ones. They get to come in, have a conversation, talk about their car. I'm going to talk to them about how I got here. I got it. If you know and you've been here, I'm going to give you the whole speech about how we got here and how great God is because he gave it to me. And I didn't deserve it. But I got it. And not most, I don't know anybody else who gets to say that. And then sometimes it's like, you can't always get what you want. But when God gives it to you, it's always way more than you needed. Because we still think with a small mind. And we still see ourselves in such a small way. And if you step outside that for a second, which is what I've been trying to do for a year, you start to see yourself in a different way. You start to see others in a different way. And TV plays, I hear a little bit of the news, but all the noise is gone. All the outside worries and concern are gone, because the world that I live in that matters so much to me are the people who come into my shop. Are the people that have worked here, people that have learned here. I've had people who like me, and I've got people who don't like me, who's helped me throughout the years. I haven't forgotten any of you. For the people that it worked out for, I'm happy we're still here. For those that didn't, I'm sorry if it was my fault that we didn't get here. Maybe we're not here together, and if it was me, I apologize. And even if I felt like it's your fault, I hope you forgive me if I was wrong. But I got this thing about leaving things every year in the new year and just moving forward. And that's what I tried to do this last year when I accepted Jesus. I just tried to say, God, I'm going to step forward and walk with you. I don't know where we're going to go, but I'm tired of trying to tell us how we're going to get there. And yeah, such an amazing ride. Such a cool journey. And I just wish I could share a little bit of it with each of you. I hope you get to feel it the same way someday. So I love each of you. This sty in my eye is killing me too. I don't know if you can see this thing, but it makes me feel like I can't see out of this strain. Got a major headache. I tried apple cider vinegar a couple of times. I don't have the nerve to put it in my own face, so that hasn't happened since. But I did have something pop out of it, so that does hurt. But then again, I cry a lot lately because I get to walk around and I get to experience this love all day long, and I get to give it back to people all day, and it's just this is the most amazing thing, and I don't ever want it to end. I love the way this is here, and I love the way that it's going, and I pray that God continues to bless it, and I pray that He keeps continuing to keep me in a place where He can bless it. Because it wasn't until I surrendered my life that I allowed Him to get me to a point where, I was doing all this stuff before. I was just learning how to handle it. I thought I was ready for it. Freshman year was hard. But I'm an overcomer. It's in me. I don't lose. And I love that God's kind of put that kind of drive in me, that I know when to pick myself up and when to push forward and what to do. And sometimes you just have to stand. And if you're just standing there waiting on God to move, get up and don't just stand there. Work in your life. Keep going. Don't stand still. Stay put and wait on Him. He's going to bless you. He's going to take care of you. And it has to rain. It has to rain sometimes. You never know, somebody say, well, it's going too good. Things got to mess up. Well, yeah, it's going to rain. You have a choice to speak about how that rain falls in your life too. Anyhow. All right. I love y'all. I'm going to get off here, start wrapping the shop up. I got to put something in my stomach, get these fingers ready so I can pick a few of these strings. I hope I see you guys soon. I love y'all so much. Mom, I saw what you posted. Thank you so much. I love you. You're amazing. One day I'll learn how to take that and post it up here and I'll share it with everybody. But until then, thank you. And like I said, if you want to see band practice, let me know, because the cool thing about this StreamYard thing is it would allow you to see me and practice, and I can record it and you can just watch, which is kind of cool because I like the people I'm playing with, and I'm hopeful for the people that said they're going to show up. So this maybe they won't sing and I can just sing so low that they won't hear me sing off key. Anyhow, Lord, thank you for this evening. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for those who viewed it. God, I thank you for your presence. I thank you for showing up and being here with me. I thank you for the word you spoke. God, I ask that you would help me to, God, take in things that you said and allow myself to be transformed by you. God, I just ask that you would touch my friends and keep them safe throughout wherever they decide to go, and let a little piece of this fall into each of their lives, God, so that they can begin to see something different grow in themselves. Father, I just ask that as that happens, that you get the praise and glory for everything. And Jesus, that they one day would be a light to others, and Father, just be encouraged everywhere they go throughout the new year. As we know that we're not going to be always liked by the world, Jesus, because you said that the world hated you first. They're going to dislike us too. But Father, I just pray for the believers to begin to just strengthen and be encouraged and stand up for each other and for our brothers, and it's time to be something different. So Father, I just pray that you lead us and guide us in all things. Let you be praised. In Jesus' name, I ask us all. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be broadcasting live throughout the day for whatever's going on, and we hope to see some of you. And if we don't, we will see you very soon. I love you guys. I'm out. In the broadcast. I've learned a single click too, by the way.